Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Laser Cycle. And brace yourself, I have a lot to talk about when it comes to this figure. So first off, Laser Cycle here is part of the, as of this video, the current Walmart exclusive subline, which is a successor to the Velocitron Speedia 500 subline, which is called the Toxitron. The Legacy Evolution Toxitron line, which seems to be a collection of Generation 2 or G2 inspired repaints of other figures, but the repaints are based off of either canceled Generation 2 characters, or repaints of characters, or concept art of Generation 2 character repaints as well. Laser Cycle, okay, I am saying it right. Laser Cycle here is based off of get this, a Jazz repaint called Jazz Laser Cycle. That's what this color scheme, that's what this character is referencing. But obviously this is not called Jazz. This is, she is just called Laser Cycle. So she is now her own character, which is kind of cool, if I'm being honest. So this is a canceled Jazz motorcycle repaint. And not only that, but this figure, including the original Jazz Laser Cycle, were repaints, were repaints of the Generation 2 character Road Rocket, which, funny enough, as part of the previous Velocitron subline, Walmart exclusive subline, they had a Road Rocket, a Deluxe Road Rocket, and this is also a repaint of Road Rocket, and it's basically a straight repaint. Then, oh boy, had a pause there for a second. So yeah, so this is also a repaint of that Road Rocket, which was an original Road Rocket repaint, which was supposed to be a Jazz variation with this color scheme. So yeah, now I can get to the actual figure in front of me. So as I said, this is a repaint of the Road Rocket figure from the Velocitron line, who was in turn a repaint, not just a repaint, it was a remold, a slight retool of the Legacy Deluxe Class Prime RC figure. It like different head and whatnot, but it's basically the same body type. So yeah, so here is Laser Cycle in her vehicle mode, which is the wiki calls it a 90s style motorcycle, but if I was to hazard a guess, I would say this might be a Kawasaki of some kind, but I'm not entirely sure because I had to like really memorize a lot with this figure, considering that it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and the whole Toxitron subline, I've seen the other figures, not the biggest fan of like these repaints. I do like the Grimlock one. It's like, I weirdly like it, but most of them have like these way too bright and neon colors. It's too much. And I picked up Laser Cycle because I felt like this is probably the best color scheme. The best one, in my opinion. At least this is, I like how it looks. It's not as loud as all the other ones, which are just way too bright, in my opinion. Except for Grimlock. Grimlock, weirdly, I'm feeling it. I really am thinking about that Toxitron G2 style Grimlock, but that's a whole nother thing. So yeah, Laser Cycle. So let's finally get to her. So here she is in her vehicle mode, a motorcycle. And as you can see, she does have a kickstand, which moves. Very cool. She has rolly wheels, and she can roll well. She just can't really balance, but she can do it. And as you can see, they have these two accessories here, which you can remove. And that's where you store them in, in vehicle mode. These are her weapons, which let's combine them. So now you have this like weird either buzzsaw or energy star, or even a shield, whatever this is. But yeah, you just put this off to the side. So yeah, here she is. And obviously I'm going she because even though this was originally based off of a Jazz repaint, this figure doesn't have the Jazz name. It's just Laser Cycle. So it became its. So I figured it just became its own character. So yeah, and because it's based off of the Road Rocket repaint, and that was a she. So this also I'm gonna refer to as she. So yeah, pretty cool. I actually really like the look of this motorcycle design. It's very nice, very nice. It does have some articulation in the front wheel, which is cool, and yeah, very detailed, very nice. So now let's get on to a transformation. You can't see the fist, so a bit of a downer, but that's more like if you know it's there, you can see it. But yeah, so yeah, let's get on with a transformation. So first things first, come here, pop this off, pop this off. Her transformation is a bit, yep, it takes a bit to get used to it, because you really have to like move it in certain ways. You have to like do stuff in a certain order. So let me, come on. You gotta split this. Come on. Boy. Oops. Nope, that's not what you're supposed to split. Hold on. I don't know why this is so tough right now. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, you split the wheel. And then you split the arms. You then take this assembly up as far as you can go. And then bring out these pieces like so. Lift. No, there we go. Do that. And then bring this entire thing around and straighten it out, which also reveals the head. So then, while we're at it, flip this up, then rotate, and then finish it off. Like so. There's no soft, I could have sworn there was a soft click here, which there might be. So now that's like the tricky part out of the way. Now we just straighten out the legs. So flip out, fold this down, fold that down. This doesn't really clip into place, but this does. So when you line it up properly, it'll clip into place. It's a soft clip. Same thing here. There we go. Flip up, flip forward the feet. And then, oh wait, I think I heard it. Yeah, there is a click that's supposed to be here. And there we go. There we go. There is a click, so you click it into place. Straighten this out, push up the bracers, or the arms, the forearm bracers. Oh, there we go. Make sure that's lined up. There she is. Next up, you bring this assembly around, and then you just collapse it. There we go. There we go. And I think that's how it is. Let's see. Yeah, I like to, you can have the wheel like this. I like rotating it. I like rotating it there. And there is, oops, Laser Cycle in her robot mode. And it looks pretty cool. There we go. See, it takes some getting used to because you have to like open her up and then condense her back up in a specific way. But yeah, here she is. I'm not a fan of this big backpack, but it's not that bad. Yeah, there she is. Let's get a look at that head sculpt. Very nice. Very cool. And she does have pretty good light piping. I don't know if you can see it. Nice blue light piping, which is cool. We have a nice G2 Autobot insignia, which is neat. And yeah, and as you can see, her color scheme isn't as loud as the other ones. If you look up like the images, it's not as loud. So I like that. That's actually one of the reasons why I ended up getting her. Yeah, yeah, let's go into articulation now. I was gonna like do something else, but now it's articulation time. So yeah, head is on a ball joint, which is nice. Arms can go out. You have an extra hinge there. Go all the way around. You have a swivel there. Bend at the elbow, and if you want, you can forward and back the arm parts. Has a technically does have a waist, but you have to like really mess with it. But technically does have a waist. A waist swivel, I mean. Legs can go out that far, forward, back, bend at the knee, and an ankle as well as up and down at the toe if you really want to do that. The wheels here do not clip into place from what I can see, which is a bit of a shame, but they don't really flop around all that much. But I still would have liked if they clipped into place. And yeah, so that's her. She has quite a bit of articulation, which is nice. And yeah, she is like perpetually on her, there we go, perpetually on her toes, which is a bit weird, but yeah. Oh, so now to her accessories. So I mentioned this earlier. So we have this thing, which is both a shield, which you can, peg into here, or you can separate them and peg them into here, and and this basically makes them, I think, arm blades, I think is the idea, like energy blades. So there's that. Or what I like to do, now I personally like it like that, or you can have them stored here on the back. I personally like, I think I like having the energy blade just stored in the back, which is nice. But she also has one more accessory, which is this wheel. The front wheel, you can actually take it off, and then open it up. And this becomes a kind of, how is this described? I think it's like a wheel buzz saw. So move that forward. So yeah. So well, that's never happened before. Hold on. There we go. So hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, so here she is. So you have this weapon, which I think this is supposed to be some kind of like twin buzzsaw. At least how I'm imagining it is that it's supposed to spin like this. Get me? Like this. And then this spins along with it. Personally, I don't really... Let me just tab it back together. Personally, I don't really care for this particular weapon. I'm not feeling it. But it's there. It's there. It's okay. I think the arm blades, I think, are a little bit better. But now you know that front wheel can be detached and open up into its own accessory / weapon. So that's something. So yeah, she is a bit, I don't know, it could be my figure. She is a bit, not loose, but she is a bit finicky. Like when you mess around with her, especially in the arm area. Oh, there we go. I'm an idiot. I didn't click it into place. So yeah, as you saw, make sure to clip her shoulders into place. They do clip. If not, they'll be just flopping around. Which is what was happening there. So yeah. Now let's get on with size comparisons. So here we have Ratchet, Cliff Jumper, and Primal. So she's a pretty decent size. She's okay. She's an okay size. And yeah, overall, she's a pretty solid figure. I think the backstory behind her, I find a little bit more, I find it, not a little bit more, but I find it very interesting, and I think that helps in getting this particular character, especially since this was originally supposed to be a jazz, somehow, and then just became its own character. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. So yeah, overall, it's a nice, solid figure with a very interesting, backstory, at least for me anyway. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Laser Cycle, who is also part of the Walmart exclusive Toxitron subline. But I'm not going to put that in the title because that's way too long. But I feel like I should have mentioned it. So yeah, overall, pretty good. This has been my review. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.